Welcome to the Glow Crazy Podcast. We are your hosts, Grace and Jamie.
I'm Grace.
I am Jamie. We hope you had a great week and are relaxing this Selfcare Sunday. We would kindly appreciate if you could give this a like, a comment, a subscribe, whatever you could do on whatever platform you are watching this on. And if you are watching the video version on YouTube, but we also have the video version on Spotify today, I hope you are sitting back, enjoying watching us wax our own eyebrows this episode.
Yeah.
We are so excited and it helps our channel. So please give us some love.
Yeah, today, we're waxing our brows because it goes with our topic for today. We are going to be talking about prepping for your wax appointment. I know that topic can come with a lot of uncertainty, a lot of Google searches, a lot of anxiety. So we're here to diminish that a little bit for you. No stress needed. I just want everything to be clear for everyone so that we can go into the suite calm as can be. Because we've heard all the horror stories.
We've seen all the horror stories.
Yes, we've been there. We have been there to see them in ourselves and clients. It's the learning process. So we want you to be able to avoid all the learning curves and go in with confidence.
Exactly. And if you are tuning in weekly, you'll know that we have a question of the day. Our question of the day: are you ready for your wax?
Are you? Are you ready? You will be.
Are you ready to be a professional client? Are you ready?
Yes, professional client. I like that.
I know, right? It came up on the fly. I was like, whoa.
I love that.
All right, so should we get started on our waxing? Because I have a small confession, our first confession of our episode.
What are we confessing?
I'm confessing when I was in school, I had little to no interest about learning about waxing at all. Even post-graduation, I had just almost no interest to learn about waxing.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt the same way. I wanted to go into facials.
Right? Me
Yeah,
too.
and I don't know if you remember, I don't know if we did mention this. We went to the same aesthetic school. But I don't know if you remember that wax that they had us using, especially the hard wax, was a nightmare.
It was so bad and discouraging.
Yes, and I was always getting hit with, oh, it's not the wax, it's the waxer. So you're actually gonna have to get it together.
I know, right? And I was like, oh, so I'm the problem.
Yeah, and then you watch the instructor try to pull a strip and it breaks into 1,000 pieces. So who is it now?
No, that actually is so real though. So just because of that, I had no interest in waxing. But then once you get your hands on the right wax, it changes the game.
It really does. It really changes everything.
Yeah.
And today I'm going to be using Mermaid Wax Electra, which is hypoallergenic. We love her.
Oh, we love her. What color is yours?
She is a lovely, like really baby blue. Look at her. She's beautiful. A little bit of shimmer sparkle.
I love it. Looks like she came out of the sea.
She did mermaid wax, girl.
Mine is purple.
She's beautiful.
This is one of my favorite colors, and she's sensitive and she's powdery. You smell like that deep, nice 1800s powder. That is just so bad.
That's exactly what I want to smell like.
I know.
Who is she?
She is Seraphil. My bag's over there.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I know, right? That brand is great. And I'm on my third bag of different wax because I'm trying like the whole line because I'm just curious.
Any favorites so far?
This one is so good. Yes, it's that nice, stretchy where you could just kind of have a little bit on your stick and go like all the way down your leg. And that's just, I'm like, oh, I'm barely using any wax.
Yeah, I love that. I love knowing that I'm saving some moolah as well.
Right? It's like I'm making a profit.
Seriously, yeah.
How do you like your wax?
Oh, I love my wax. And when I'm in the studio, I mix it with Mermaid Wax has another hard wax called Poseidon, and it breaks, it's a little bit more flimsy. It breaks a little bit more easily. And when I
Mm,
mix these two together, oh my gosh, lovely wax soup.
that's so it's like you're mixing potions.
Serious, especially, I haven't done this, but I see people like putting all the glitter in there and getting crazy with the scents. I'm like, oh my, you're like a witch. I love that.
I'm obsessed with that. All right. So we should one totally get started on our waxing because I really
100%.
need to do these brows. These brows are way too overgrown.
Yes, mine.
So
And I mentioned to you previously, I did forget all of my scissors at my wax suite. So it's okay.
it's
It's all
okay.
right. We're
It's
just gonna go
fine.
untrimmed today, which is honestly kind of a slay in itself.
It sometimes when my clients are like, I want my brows to have a little bit more thickness to them, I just won't trim.
Or just
Sometimes.
yeah, and yeah, of course, yeah. It depends on the little
Depends.
our lovely client, but sometimes just like the very edge needs to be trimmed, nothing more.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I always ask them like, do you want them to be um brushed up? Like, do you want a nice trim? Because the last thing you want is a crew cut brow when you go in for not that.
Whatever you want. It's your brows, everybody. Whatever you want to your brows. You tell your esthetician.
That is so important.
Mm-hmm.
So important. And if your esthetician is rude to you, peace out.
Leave.
Peace
Leave.
out.
If your esthetician is rude to you and you're in a vulnerable position getting waxed, leave.
Yes, because you know what? You can find a perfect match and your wax specialist will be just fine. And if she has that attitude,
Get out the
good
door.
luck, Charlie.
Exactly. All right. So let's teach everybody how to be a good client.
Yes, let's get into it. Also, I'm just gonna say my wax is getting back up to temperature after I lowered her down. So I'm gonna give her a few minutes. But I'll start by
Understood.
going into um what you might want to wear to your appointment, right? That's a nice little transition in. Because this is the part of your wax appointment that a lot of people forget
Mhm.
about because you're just getting out the door, you have to go to your appointment, let's just go, right?
Yep.
But it's actually more important to your comfort than you may realize. Okay. So it's best to wear some loose clothing, something that's breathable, maybe a cotton, because something that has a lot of friction on your skin can just make your skin very angry when it's freshly waxed.
Yep. Yep.
So, yeah, oh my gosh, so many times in the wax suite, I have my client get up off the table, they go to get redressed, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I have to put on a romper right now after my Brazilian." It's like, oh,
How much of a struggle.
my least favorite thing to hear is, like I'm cleaning up the table, my client gets up, they're like they're putting on their leggings after a Brazilian, they go, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go to the gym now."
No,
No, you're not.
no, no, you're not. No, you're not.
We're taking the day off, my love.
You're taking a rest day. No, because that is such. I feel so bad when my clients get a Brazilian and then they put leggings on and then start sweating. I'm like,
Oh, that's
baby, your ingrowns are being spoon fed to you right now. Infections
seriously.
are being handed to you right now.
The bacteria is throwing a party.
It really it is. Ugh. My best recommendation for anybody, if you're getting a Brazilian, then wear a dress and go commando, girl. Like you're fine. You're fine. You'll feel on top of the world.
Oh my goodness, that walk back to your car is unlike any other.
That
Oh my
sweat
goodness.
back, that catwalk back.
And I'm a bit commando is always a good idea, I think. Well, maybe not always.
No, it's always a good idea.
If you're ziplining in a dress, you might want to throw on a little pair.
Unless you just got a Brazilian, then show off our work. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, and you know what? You do a nice little shout down that zip line because you're free.
Exactly. But
But
if you're not getting a Brazilian, then I would say silk or satin undies, loose sweatpants, a skirt. If you're getting bikini service or legs, then anything that you could just kind of lift up or just really quickly remove, but like real quick. You'll
Yeah.
benefit a lot from it. It will be more comfortable for you. You'll be in a cute outfit anyway, and it will just be a lot easier on both ends. And then I always say, you're getting underarms, wear a tank top. Wear
Hmm.
just wear a tank top. Wear a hoodie, a zipped hoodie over it, tank top. You just remove it, lift your arms up. We're not gonna get any wax on you. So just kind of
Yeah.
make it as easy.
Make it easy for you. You know, it does help out us a lot, but like we said in the beginning, we've seen it all. So
Mhm.
we can deal with anything. But yeah,
Exactly.
so that's important, you know,
Mm,
your comfort going in and out of the wax suite.
yep.
Now in terms of prepping for your appointment,
Mm-hmm.
here are a few things that you have to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you want to make sure that you are regularly exfoliating. I say, because I don't know if you remember, people would be like, oh, 2 to 3 times a week. And that isn't rocket science, but it's also like, let's just say every other day.
Let's just say,
It's
yep.
just so much easier to like picture, at least in my mind.
And like schedule kind of,
Yes,
you know
absolutely.
what I
And
mean?
if your skin is sensitive or you're just getting into exfoliating, maybe start out 1 to 2 times a week. But for the most
Yep.
part, on average, every other day is a good idea.
Yep.
Um, Directly post wax, you may want to hold off for 24 to 48 hours, again, depending on your sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm,
you still have, because I know I get them directly after my wax, I will have a bunch of irritation, blotchiness, red bumps. I have extremely sensitive skin.
do
Why
you?
a big part of Go and Glow Wax Studio is catering to that sensitive skin. So I'll wait the full 48 a lot of the time. And same thing for sun exposure, exercising, anything that causes excess friction, if you
Mm,
will.
yep.
So, so tell your lover,
Avoid
back
them.
off for a sec.
I was literally just gonna say, tell your lover if you're going on a date night that that date can't end how you want it to end tonight.
You want to
Just tell her the
wax,
day.
you want to wax the day or 2 days before your anniversary. How about that?
Yeah, yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you have to
Exactly.
plan. It's you can't just, for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, you can't just stroll into the studio not thinking about the rest of your week.
Right? Or day even. I mean,
Right.
it is so important also, even if you're not talking about Brazilians or bikini services, if you have a wedding or a birthday or a dance or a sweet 16 or any event where you are about to be in 100 pictures, please do not get your eyebrows done the day before the event.
Especially if this is your first time either getting waxed or seeing this wax specialist. You have
Yes,
to know that you trust your girl.
exactly. Exactly.
And speaking of not doing something the day before an event, let's keep in mind any medication changes,
I was
any
just
changes
thinking that.
in our skin routine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you have a wedding on Friday, you just started using retinol. You just
Mm-hmm.
start, don't even think anything of it. You're just going to get your brows done the day before the wedding. Your skin may lift.
Your
And
skin has a lot higher of a potential to lift.
yes, and
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know what skin lifting is, it looks similar to a burn.
Yes.
It's when the top live layer of skin lifts up and it causes some discomfort. And you want to make sure if your skin does lift, you keep it extra hydrated so that you prevent scarring. This
Mhm.
is something that happens every now and then, unfortunately, but a good way to avoid that is full communication.
Also, I'd like to say if you don't think that you're a good candidate for waxing, I'm going to tell you a list of medications that we find as professionals very common that maybe if you're taking these are very important to mention in your appointment prior to your appointment, preferably. But if it's, you're just walking in, you didn't know, you're getting an eyebrow, just let your esthetician know before, and then we won't wax. We'll just tweeze. So here's some medications: isotretinoin, tretinoin, antibiotics, differin, tazarotene, Tazarac, Renova, tetracycline, Retin-A, any acne medication, any scarring medication, blood thinners, or insulin. So insulin's for our diabetic clients. They just have a little bit more of a delay in that healing process, but hey, you could still get waxed, just very gently.
Yes. And always, again, communicate with your esthetician, these medications you're on. But another thing, if when you
Mm-hmm.
get those long packets for, your steroid that you're on and you just usually toss it in the garbage, look for underneath the effects for photosensitivity. That means
Ah.
sensitivity to the sun. And
Mhm.
that usually means that that top live layer of skin is super sensitive at this time. So you want to, of course, make sure you're wearing extra SPF, but
Mm-hmm.
waxing may not be a good idea when you're on these medications.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Um, Other than medications, some other things you may want to know going into your wax appointment, if you have eczema, psoriasis, any s- open wounds, that's never something that you want to go over with wax.
Mm-hmm. Any lesions, skin
Yeah.
tags? Yep.
Yes, skin tags. And I don't know if you remember during my and I know this is a conversation that a lot of estheticians have, but I remember when I was training at my old job, my trainer told me that she just waxes right over the skin tags and, one time she pulled someone's skin tag off and they were grateful. I say, you know what? Let's just let's avoid get any sort of injuries on the table.
Yeah,
Okay?
let's just
If someone tells you all right, well, if you don't care, you could tell your esthetician, just go over it. And if your esthetician's comfortable, maybe they will.
hmm. Oh
Leaving
my
that up to
gosh. Have you ever been asked a question during a service where you were like, no, I'm uncomfortable to do that? I have been so many times actually.
you. I've had people who have intense breakouts,
Okay.
like at the surface. And sometimes you just want to let your skin calm down a little bit. But you don't want to go into your wax appointment with angry skin.
Right, right. And just make it
Let's
angrier.
Yes, let's cool her down, try to,
Mhm.
get rid of that inflammation, and then let's circle back in a few days.
Yep, that's completely valid. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That and sunburn. People come in
That
with
and
sunburn.
oh my God, the legs. Everybody would come in with sunburn in the summer on their legs.
This is
I'm
not a
like,
good idea.
I'm gonna cause you so much pain right now if I wax.
Yes. And
I
not
don't
only
want
that, your skin is compromised.
it's
Your
raw.
skin is not only raw, but completely dry. Your hairs are brittle. When your
Uh-huh.
hair and skin is dry, your hairs get brittle and they break instead of getting pulled out by the root.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
And
that means?
because you have sunburn, I know you didn't exfoliate.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Or otherwise you'd be crying walking into the room today.
Exactly.
But when your hairs are brittle and they break, you're gonna get regrowth within the next few days. So then you just wasted the money that goes towards your waxing
Yes.
service, and we don't want that.
True. Completely true.
So let's
Yeah.
make sure our skin is not compromised when we go in for our wax appointment, was the moral of that point there.
So another thing to look at before your appointment is your actual hair length. So I say, and research says, and our school says, any hair should be at least quarter to a half an inch long just to be safe. And if you think that your hair is too short, it is. Your hair is too short. And when your hair is too short, it causes you so much pain and it hurts us, honestly, to see because your hair will break at the follicle. It won't grip. You'll cause a lot of ingrowns, an unsynced regrowth. And if your hair is too short and we're trying to kind of wax up and pick up any hair at all, you're going to cause a lot of irritation and bumps and discomfort. And it's just not worth it. If you think your hair is too short, it is. Wait another week. I promise you'll be okay. Don't attempt to see if it works. Don't come in with stubble. And to avoid this by thinking your hair is too short, don't continue shaving 2 to 4 weeks before your appointment. Yeah.
And like you said, if you're coming in with stubble and you're usually shaving, that means that your follicles are producing hair at different times.
Hmm.
Um, so you'll again get that regrowth coming back sooner than you want to. That's
Exactly.
another thing that you want to know going in to your first, at least your first wax, is your hair may grow back sooner than you want to within the during those first 3 to 4 waxes.
Well, also, while we're talking about hair being too short, hair cannot be too long either. If you, oh my goodness, ladies, look, we're girls, okay? Please come in with a respected amount of hair on your bikini service because your esthetician should not be performing haircuts. Now, given we totally will, I have countless times. I don't have any issues with it. Some may, some may, some may not. Most may not. But don't come in with your hair a little bit too long. The wax won't pick it up. It will be kind of difficult to get a very clean wax with it. And it's just too thick. Maybe your hair is too long that we literally cannot see the skin surface at all. And just try to trim it a little bit. If you think it's a little bit too long, trim it with some barber scissors, some tiny scissors like this. You'll be okay.
You know, a good way to not nick yourself while you're trimming is have a comb, put the comb against the skin, trim everything that's sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
But I will
Mm.
say I have I have an excellent before and after of a Brazilian with 4 months of growth on my Instagram account at Go
Oh,
and Glow Wax. But my unpopular
four.
opinion, I
Yeah.
will tell all of my clients with longer hair, all of these things. You might get some breakage, you might not get a clean wax.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're coming in full bush mode, as I call it,
Oh, but
I'm just like, we could do this. Okay, we will do this together. We will get this hair up. You're walking out of here fresh and clean. If you don't mind tweezing, I will sit here and tweeze you all day if I am not back to back. You
mm-hmm.
know? And my
Yep.
thing,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
we're gonna get through this together.
I feel the same exact way.
Yeah.
Sometimes I love a good challenge. You come in with a bush, it's getting off. A
Oh
good
my,
a good esthetician, please.
I will never forget. Actually, my worst waxing story was when we're getting into it, girl. I
Ew.
The old wax place that we used to work at had many locations. And I was moved to a location, I was covering for a day, and it was like 45 minutes away. So I was already a little bit like, oh, this is gonna stink, whatever. It was like, it felt deserted. It felt like a
Mhm.
deserted mall, and there was a very odd vibe. And I had like 2 clients all day. One
Oh my
because
God.
I was not a regular waxer there, so I didn't have a following, but
Right.
two, because it was just kind of deserted.
Also
Um,
that.
yes. And this client that came in, this trooper of a woman,
Oh God.
she was quite literally 9 months along. She brought her friend, and they were both getting their wax. And she was, as I say, full bush mode.
As the pregnant women?
Yes, I do have another really good waxing story with a woman who was 9 months along, who was getting a Brazilian in full leg, and she fell asleep on my table.
Aw,
But
she
I was
needed that.
traumatized from this other story where it wasn't as smooth. It wasn't as smooth. I didn't know any better to trim. I,
Oh
you know,
no.
s- so this
Yeah.
poor woman she
Mm-hmm.
was going through it. She
She
was
was going
going
through
through it.
it.
And this is why it's important. This is why we are making this episode to
Uh-huh.
avoid scenarios like this. We don't
We're
want this to
learning.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a new wax specialist at your local major waxing place, you should go in knowing to communicate and knowing these things about your hair.
Exactly. Wow, that's a horror story.
And the reason why I mentioned she's expecting was because you are a lot more sensitive when you are expecting. And
Mhm. No, that is completely true. You are a little bit a lot more sensitive, to be
yes,
honest.
yes,
But wow. Wow, that is a horror story.
yes. And that, yes, it's a
So
learning process.
It is everything here is a learning process.
Yes.
So, what do we do after the appointment?
What do we do after our appointment?
Now that you did your appointment, you did your wax, you got through it, you screamed, you kicked, you cried, you fell asleep, you didn't talk, you talked, whatever it
We
is that
talked on
you
the
did
phone.
during you were on the phone, you were watching YouTube, you were gossiping, you were ranting,
Yes. Oh, all the I love that. I love a
therapy
ranter.
talks. I love a good rant.
I will say, and also for those of you watching, I am gloveless because I am home and I have no gloves. This is my skin. When I'm in the studio, I am gloved up. My hands are freshly cleaned and sanitized, just for those,
The clarification and reassurance was needed.
yes.
You're fine,
Because
you're still professional.
it is extremely important that your wax specialist is wearing gloves during your appointment.
Oh my gosh, yes, especially Brazilian.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Please. Oh my God. If your client is not wearing, that's how mad. I just dropped my microphone in the garbage. If your esthetician is not wearing gloves during any service, but a bikini service,
Girl, we are waxing
please.
the brows, the lashes.
No, I want to wax my eyelashes. What do you mean?
What? New service alert.
Please make sure your esthetician's wearing gloves. That's Oh my God, wait, thumbnail moment.
That was so slay.
Oh, all right. So after your appointment, what are you telling your clients to do?
Immediately book your next appointment because you know what you're going to do if
Mhm.
you don't? You're going to walk out of your wax suite and you're going to completely forget until you're a month and a half in with full bush mode. Okay?
4 months later with full bush mode.
Mm-hmm. You want to book your next appointment, get all of those notifications so that you know ahead of time, you can prep yourself and you have it set.
Exactly. Yep. While you're walking out of the room, do not touch the waxed area. Your skin is raw, your follicles are open, and your skin is prone to infections right now. So just when you're leaving, don't touch. No touchy touchy by you,
No.
by your man, by your partner, by your girl. No touchy.
Mm-mm. None of
Mm-hmm.
that. And I will
Mm-hmm.
say, I started using Finapil in my wax suite, which is an antiseptic. It has
Mm-hmm.
changed the game for me.
Hey, good,
Yes, it's so nice. So for
good,
all the waxers listening, I highly recommend that. An
good.
antiseptic directly after the wax, it changes it. It changes the game.
That's beautiful. That is actually beautiful, especially to put on underarms.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, wow. That's a good one.
And it's also
Um,
important to talk with your esthetician to, at least even during your appointment, to talk about your skin type and what may work best for your skin in terms of exfoliation and hydration.
mm-hmm.
I know
Exactly.
for me personally, my skin favors a mechanical exfoliation, so like a scrub, over AHAs. My skin tends to break out from AHAs.
Oh, really?
Yes, I don't know what that's about.
That's my favorite ingredient of all time.
I know it's in the logo. You're the AHA bottle. And I'm the scrub. That's so funny.
Guys, look at our logo for a quick second. You can't even tell us that that is not literally us.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Oh my gosh.
That's so
Yes,
funny.
scrubs are great. I love a good scrub, but I love a good AHA. But the thing for my skin is to actually get all the ingrowns out is totally an AHA.
Mm.
Yeah, totally.
I also love Dermalogica's daily microfoliant and daily milk foliant. My skin loves those. See,
That
look how red I am.
Dermalogica, if you are listening to this, your enzyme powder exfoliants are the best ever. Just
I love
never discontinue making them. They are
love-
so good.
in the CEO's book, I don't have it in this room. Everything you need is already inside you, and oh my gosh, I love the CEO, the owner.
Of Dermalogica.
Oh, she's excellent.
She's a
I
queen.
love you. I love you.
Girly, if you're watching this, you got two huge fans right here.
Oh my gosh, marry me. Okay. Hydration is crucial. Not only topical, you of course want to be using hydrating products and hydrating directly after your shower. Your cooler shower, it doesn't have to be freezing cold, but it shouldn't be hot because the hot water strips your skin of all of its moisture.
Warm.
So after your shower, replenish your skin with moisture immediately.
Drink a
But
nice
also,
cold glass of ice water.
yes, drink that water all day. Your skin will be singing thank you. Okay? Thank you.
Your skin is gonna look like you just drank 12 gallons of water.
Yes. Plump, gorgeous, silky smooth.
Exactly. Yep.
We want to also avoid fragrances.
Uh-huh. Unscented lotion, please. Aloe.
Unscented. Ooh, aloe, yes.
Mm-hmm. Aloe.
I have an aloe plant. I put the aloe leaf in the freezer, and then I put the frozen aloe on my skin. Oh my gosh, it changes. Again, the game. Love it.
That's life-changing. Are you
Oh,
serious?
that's like my favorite hack. I love aloe.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yes.
Wow.
And so it's important because fragrance, we honestly don't even know what that is. Fragrance, when it's listed on a product, it can be, what is it, like up to like 3,000 different things.
And
So,
most of the time they just label themselves as parfum.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's important. You also want to wear SPF, and even better, because you don't want to put anything on your freshly waxed skin, have a physical barrier as well.
Wear a
Wear
hat.
a hat, wear long flowy clothes when you're out in the sun. That's the best way to protect your skin from the sun, along with
Mm-hmm.
SPF, though. I'm not hating on SPF. That is extremely
Yeah.
important.
SPF every single day. And if you're getting your
Yes.
legs, just wear a maxi dress, maxi skirt.
Yes, slay.
Exactly.
We do have a few minutes left.
Mm-hmm. I think we covered everything.
Yes.
Are you guys understanding how to come in for a wax now?
Yes, and if not, hey, ask us some questions. What did we miss?
So, you guys, I think we prepped you for your first wax appointment. So, we want to hear from you. If there are any additional questions you have, drop them in the comments. Have you waxed before? Are you a professional waxer? We are looking forward to hearing from you.
That's like my favorite part. I love that.
And to circle back, Grace, our question of the day.
Are you ready for your wax appointment? We hope you are. I'm so excited to hear what you have to say. Thank you for all of the love on our first episode, you guys.
Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, all of our supporters, we love you.
I love you guys.
Oh my God.
I was expecting like 2 likes and a comment. You guys have gone above and beyond. I love each and every one of you.
Yeah, you guys are all absolutely amazing. And we hope that you stay pretty.
Yeah, stay pretty, stay hydrated, exfoliated.
Exfoliated.
Mom, I love you.
Mom, I love you too. All the myths unite.
Yeah, unite. Follow Go and Glow Wax.
Follow Go and Glow Wax and leave a like, comment, subscribe to any platform that you are listening on. Spotify, YouTube, we got it all.
Thank you guys. We love you.
Enjoy your Self-Care Sunday.
Hasta luego. Mwah.